Welcome to the Broadway show. I'm Tamsin Fidel.
And I'm Paul Wontorek.
So the 2026 Tony Awards are here, and we're talking first-time nominees, which is always exciting.
Yeah, every year we gather an amazing group of first-time nominees, and this year they're all in the same category, Best Leading Actress in a Musical, an incredible group of women.
Yeah, we brought them here to the Grand Salon at the Waldorf Astoria Residences, New York, which is an incredible place, right? So, of course, there's a hotel, and people live here.
Yeah, Cole Porter lived here for 30 years and composed all of his hits on a Steinway piano that you can still see in the lobby. And not just that, Tamsin, in 1947, the very first Tony Awards ever happened here in the ballroom.
Now here's Paul Wontorek's chat with Tony nominee Sara Chase in Schmigadoon.
Sara, how does it feel to be here today?
This is a dream come true. I can't even believe this is real. It's so fancy.
To be with other women in your category, and of course you're all first-time nominees, which is special.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
The vibe I got today was, even though we're all first time, we've all had these careers and nobody is new with this. So it really feels like we have each other's backs because we know what we've been through. And we're all experiencing this thing at the same time for the first time together. So it's very special.
How is Schmigadoon as a load? Obviously, you're the leading lady.
Yeah.
What is it like doing it every night?
I love doing this role every night because I get to weave into everyone's story. So I get to watch everybody do their magic every night, or I get to be the catalyst for their stories. So it's just so fun.
You are the leading lady. Obviously, you're in the leading lady category. I think the first time I saw you on Broadway, weren't you woman number one?
I was woman number one in First Date, the musical, yes. And I have generally made a career out of being the weird lady to the left. Kimmy Schmidt, First Date, even Gadsby, it's like the weird comedic lady. So this is really different for me.
Yeah, that's what's so special about it. It feels like it was just this perfectly crafted role for you, for your talents. Did you feel like you had a hard time landing a role like that and finding sort of the perfect fit?
I think traditionally in musical theater, there's been the ingenue or the Ado Annie. I'm not either of those. Yeah. And in modern musical theater, there are more opportunities for personalities like mine to come in. So this was perfect where it was a modern person getting to be in a Golden Age musical. It's so fun.
So if you were gonna have a sort of a fantasy musical theater world to step into based on sort of what you love that really lit you into this, what would it look like? What kind of musicals would it be?
I love dance musicals, even though I can't dance, which is maybe why I love it. I think like Chorus Line is the perfect musical, and The Fantastics is perfect. And I love Book of Mormon. I don't know, Schmigadoon's pretty dreamy, I gotta say.
It is. I mean, and I was thinking about what it's like to actually live in that every night. Because not only are you living in this sort of beautiful classic Broadway musical comedy world that has all the elements, right? But you also get to watch sort of the audience fall in love with all of these elements again. It's something really primal about it.
It is. It is so, and I want to be clear. It's for people who love musicals. It's also for people who hate musicals. The Broadway musical is an American art form, and this shows you why we invented it, how we invented it, and why we're the best in the world at it.
Two years ago, you went public with your cancer journey while you were in The Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
You're doing well now.
Yes, yeah.
What did that period of time and being public about that, how did that sort of refocus you, or how are you different now than you were a couple years ago?
Oh gosh, well, I think in terms of this moment, not only am I able to appreciate this moment just because I've been in love with musical theater my whole life, but because when it got taken away from me 2 years ago, I didn't know if I would be able to do it again or participate. And so to have this moment, because that happened, makes it even more surreal and amazing. And I left that show and I didn't know if I would come back because the chemo had taken my voice away and I didn't know if it was going to come back. And that was a really scary time because I love to perform. So the fact that it did come back and that I'm here now, I don't take 1 second for granted. And even though it's hard, it's not as hard as it was 2 years ago, that's for sure. I'm better able to really appreciate and be so grateful for every moment.
And did it feel like immersing yourself into this particular show was especially healing?
It was really healing. And then also, there's a song in Act 2 where I name the body parts that I not only had removed, but had cancer. And so that was at first very difficult, but now it is just healing. To just face that every night on stage is a powerful tool, and so ironic. And as a comedian, it's not lost. I find it funny and poetic. The first time the spotlight hit me for my song, like, it reminded me of Gatsby, and I kind of had a panic attack. And I had little moments along the way like that my castmates were just so wonderful and supportive of, and I'm really grateful. It's been really healing.
Thanks so much again to the Waldorf Astoria Residences New York for having us during this exciting Tony time.